Alright, so if you look at like sequels that just shouldn't have ever existed in the video game world, there's actually a huge list of them. And right at the top, you got the Final Fantasy sequels. And I don't just mean like, hey, there's Final Fantasy 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean the games that actually got genuine sequels afterwards, like X2 and 13-2. Who honestly cared about these people? That's like, oh my god, I want to know what happens next. And then the next two, it's not even like you got the characters that you wanted to see more of. Like Titus, yeah, he was kind of cool, he underwater sports ball player dude, alright. But no, you get all the chicks from the game all in one game. And don't get me wrong, chicks in the game, badass, awesome, girl power, go for it. But like this was just like, I don't care. Let's get like a Final Fantasy VII sequel, something that people actually want to play. Like that's the problem with Final Fantasy games. Like people keep making these Final Fantasy things, but no one gives a shit about them. People want Final Fantasy VII HD. People want a sequel to Final Fantasy VII. That Surge of Cerberus, that shit doesn't count either. Like that was a cool third-person shooter, kind of. Not the sequel we wanted. Stop giving us sequels to new Final Fantasy games and just do it right.
Disappointing sequels. Let's go old school. Let's go Mario 2. It was nothing like the original Mario. You pulled turnips out of the ground? No one likes turnips. We like mushrooms. Green and red mushrooms. Turnips are, what, they're a healthy snack that your mom tries to feed you. No, I did not like Mario 2. And you play as Princess? No. Princess gets kidnapped. And Toad? I don't want to play as Toad. I just want him to tell me my princess is in another castle and let me continue on through the game. Yeah, I know it wasn't really a Mario game. It was some other game that they slapped Mario characters into. But you know what? That doesn't make it better. That's not an excuse. Do not sully Mario's good name with your crappy off-brand Nintendo game.
One that is near and dear to my heart, or rather not very near and dear, is Worms Ultimate Mayhem. So you know the Worms games are pretty fun, the 2D game, and then someone had the brilliant idea like, hey, I'm going to take this game and I'm going to make it 3D and then remove all the skill from it, which was a great idea because what makes a game more fun except not having to be good at it? There was, Worms 3D came out a long time ago for the PC, and I feel like they did that one right. So I don't really know what happened with this one. It's like everything was slow and super floaty, and you could go into like a first-person mode to aim. I don't know, it was kind of a mess.
Kingdom Hearts is actually a game that kind of caught me by surprise. I did not think I was gonna like it. I like Disney, I like some Final Fantasy, obviously, but like putting them together, like really, is this gonna happen? And then it was amazing. The first one was great, the second one was fantastic. Then you're like, when are we gonna get the third one? Still don't have it yet, but we kept getting all these sequels for like the PSP, for the DS, the 3DS, which no one gives a shit about. Okay, I'm sure there's a bunch of 8-year-olds that are like, yay, new Kingdom Hearts. So like there was one where it's like, oh hey, this explained the cutscene at the end of 2. That's kind of cool, but not enough. Not enough.
Duke Nukem Forever, what a horrible sequel that was. One that really shouldn't have existed. You know what would have been good? If that game had come out directly after the last one, then it might have been a good game. But it was super linear. Part of the fun of Duke Nukem is exploring and finding new things to shoot in the face, and then they implemented the you can only carry so many weapons thing. No, Duke Nukem is Duke Nukem. He can carry as many weapons as he goddamn well pleases. He's Duke Nukem. He's the man. Don't limit my number of weapons just because you wanted to give the game a modern feel. No!
Well, I think I'd probably be a bit remiss if I didn't mention Modern Warfare 3. Not to say that there shouldn't have been a Modern Warfare 3. The story was actually pretty fun, but they probably should have put a little more work into the game. I think I'm going to run some side-by-side picture right now, and you can see. Guess which one of these is Modern Warfare 3? Great. Yeah, you can't actually guess, except for if you happen to know the maps. So that's retarded. And then they released a game that didn't have the zombie mode. Who wants to play Spec Ops? The only reason people play Call of Duty half the time is to play zombies. Get your shit together.
World of Warcraft, Mists of Pandaria. Now, I had to stop playing World of Warcraft a long time ago, so I didn't play this one, but let's just take a look at the other sequels and let's see if we can identify which one doesn't fit. Wrath of the Lich King, awesome. Undead Mage of Doom comes out, and then let's see, you had the one with Deathwing, where a giant freaking dragon with like fiery insides tries to destroy the entire World of Warcraft, and then pandas. Oh, they're so cute. It reminds me of that movie Kung Fu Pandas. Bad, Blizzard, bad. Honestly, when I heard they were coming out with another expansion, I'm like, oh, maybe I will get back into World of Warcraft. What is it? They're like, oh guys, it's pandas. No!
Sonic Freeriders. What the hell was that? That wasn't even, it was Sonic on a surfboard. If you make a Sonic game and it is not a 2D side scroller, then go f yourself. All right, I'd play Sonic Spinball before I would play Sonic Freeriders.
Now, if you're going to look at just like the worst sequels of all time, this actually hurts me to say, but it's Force Unleashed 2. Like, the first game was so good. Like, the story was amazing and fantastic. And then the second one just it all up. Just all of it was like, hey, remember everything that was great about the first game? Well, you. We're screwing this one over. And it's like, hey, now you're a clone. Oh no, I'm not really a clone, I'm me. Or am I a clone? Seriously, that was the entire game. The only thing that you talked about was being a clone and trying to rescue this girl that you never see again. And you're like, oh hey, Boba Fett's supposed to be in this game. You see him like twice. Full that was literally the worst sequel of all time. Screw you for messing up my Force Unleashed 2. I didn't know I had so much pent up rage about that. Good to know. And that's why I'm Siegel.